The Great Mind is back on NTA Oshogo. Do you want to know the secrets of true and lasting success? Do you have a dream to join the ranks of the super successful people? The achievers of our time are ready through the Great Mind on NTA Oshogo to reveal to you the secrets of their success in their different vocations. The Great Mind is a program that can help you to formulate the real philosophy of success through the life stories and experiences of the great men and women we'll be meeting on the program. Join me, Bola Olayode, on the program on NTA Oshogo every Saturday. Compliments of the season to you out there. It is another edition of the program, The Great Mind. That program that reveals the secrets to the true and lasting success in life. I'm Bola Olayode, your regular hostess on the program. On this episode of the program this week, we are featuring Alhaji Quadri, Adegboyega, Tomori, Olugbodi. Papa Olugbodi is a highly disciplined man. This has caused him a lot of intimidation, persecution, and even incarceration. His life history can be likened to that of Joseph in the Bible. Come along with me as I unfold to you his life story. Alhaji Quadri Adegboyega Tomori, who was born in October 1, 1939, to late Alhaji Badamosi Ajiboye Tomori and late Felicia Jokotade Tomori, aid respectively from the high chieftaincy families of Balogun Kujeyo and Balogun Biro in Oshogo. He lost his father in 1949 when he was only 10 years old, but a mother, being a very successful businesswoman, encouraged him to attend school. He started his elementary education at St. Mary Owope, Oshogo.
My late father was a produce buyer. He has his cocoa plantation at Alhaji area. Incidentally, he wanted me to be a farmer, being a male child. My late father was a polygamist. He married 4 wives. My late mother was the most junior. Ironically, my late mother had 7 children, and the whole 7 remain true now. Out of all the children my father had, all the children produced by all the 4 wives, it's that of my mother, myself, and my immediate sister. It was the insistence of my late mother that made me to attend school. I started schooling at the age of 7. I started my school career in the year 1946 as a Mary, a workboy. Unfortunately, my father died in 1949 at the later age of 10 years. I was 10 years old when my father died. I love my father more than my mother, to be sincere. But probably because of the same resemblance with me and my mother and my father. My father used to drive away my mother because at the time when he be punishing me, my mother would begin to say, "You want to kill this boy?" And people are accusing you, say you are, the only one remaining for you. He will drive away my mother from home. Then she will eventually pack to her parents' house at Okebale. Incidentally, her father was a disciplinarian because he was an auxiliary inspector. As at the time when my mother was about settling down in her father's house, the father will ask her, have that pertinent question, say, Felicia, what brought you here? Say, it's my husband who wanted to kill the only son I had. They say, where is the son now? Since you are in my house, where is the son you are trying to protect? I will never go to and meet my mother. I prefer to stay with my late father. Then the father will direct us, you better go back to your husband. The son you are trying to defend does not support you. This is how I used to resolve the dispute, the domestic dispute, matrimonial dispute between my father and my mother. When I attended school, I was given a accelerated promotion to class 2. 1946. I was promoted 1947 to class 2. Then they were using ink. We have inkware and game ink. In our era, we used chalk, white chalk, and slate. Since I'm not conversant with the usage of pen, the way I used to rub off my slate, I was not doing the exercise. So I was retarded to continue to go to Ijapa. We call it Ijapa, that is infant 2 there. At Ijapa, they use pencil and eraser. I'm not conversant with the usage of pencil and eraser. So I had to repeat that class. Then I pick up again. I was leading the class.
Two of his teachers, who are still alive, have these comments about him.
He's a very bright boy, very clever. I taught him right from the infant to primary 6. He was my favorite boy in the school.
As much as I know him, he's a nice boy, well bred. The parents are rich, very rich, because the parents have died. The mother especially, a beautiful old woman. She cared for him, and I could see that the boy picked up well. When he was in school, I would say he's one of the neatest boys. And I noticed he used to play ball. Although there is no child who will not be rascally, he doesn't want people to cheat him. And when he started to grow older, he picked position. It means he was serious with the lectures and assuming correctly.
Alhaji Quadri Adegboyega Tomori has been a genius right from his childhood. He is multi-talented. Because of his love for music, he enrolled with Adegboyega musical group in 1953 as a leading vocalist.
Like the axiom says, evil communication corrupt good manner. Since I suffered a little bit of maternal supervision. So I was brought up by my maternal family who are Christians. Otherwise, I would have been converted Christian. But because of my insistence, because in my mother's side, they don't want to call my Muslim name, Quadri. The moment they call me Quadri, they say, no, who is that? I say, yes, I am Quadri. You are not my father. You are neither my mother. So, and that one would have been responsible for my being expelled from school, being an Anglican pupil. When I led my classmates in the year 1946 examination at December, when I was taken to us in school, when I was given accepted promotion, they said they don't want Muslim pupil superseding their children. It was one of my aunt, then Miss Lariwaju, of blessed memory now, late Mrs. Adisa, who pleaded on my behalf that it was my grandmother who gave me that name. Say I'm no more a Muslim. There I changed to Adegboyega, Tomori, before they could be allowed to continue my education at Austin School then. But in the year 1953, because I love music, I got enrolled with Adegboyega Musical Party. We were with my mother. We were with my mother and the elder sister of my mother. We were staying at number 7 Station Road, Osogbo. Then I I started to play. I joined Adegboyega musical party. I was in choir and also in school because Adegboyega was a composer. From choir lesson, we go to Adegboyega musical party. We do tour. We compose for schools during the bazaar university. We went and sing in Tonkere around Oshogbo district then. Eventually, I joined Agidigbo. I was the leading vocalist. I was singing as an Agidigbo vocalist in company of this man, the former governor of Ogun State, Segun Osoba. His father's house was at 44 Egbatedo. Professor Olabisi Goke. We were together playing Agidigbo. And over the family at number Adegboyega was staying at number 8 Station Road, while I was residing at number 7 Station Road. I was playing truancy in the school. I smoked because my late father was a smoker. I drank because of the friends I had then. Those preventing me from concentrating on my education. I misused that opportunity, but my late mother wanted me to read further because there is no time. I will attend school even if for 2 weeks. I'm going to lead the class.
He attended St. Mark's Anglican School, Kola Balogun in Oshogbo, for his modern school education. In 1959, he secured a job with the Radio Service of Nigeria Broadcasting Organization. He was employed as a fitter and operator in training before his recruitment into the Nigerian police force.
The first appointment I secured when having undergone the tutelage of education, because I could only read modern 3. I left St. Mark's Second Modern School in 1959. I secured an appointment under a division at Ibadan as a trainee. The training that will take me 3 months, I spent only 2 weeks. I'm privileged to be one of the police that started roadblock in Nigeria. During the Awolowo crisis, system following charges levied against them, and Anthony Enaro, the case being handled by John Lane and Kuma. Then we were posted to the roads to begin to check for arms and ammunition through the car boots of politicians who might be carrying arms and ammunition. I was one of the first bodyguard of Dr. Majekodumi, the first administrator during the Western crisis in the Western region. When Dr. Majekodumi completed his tenure as administrator, when Chief Akintola, late Akintola, was brought back as premier, I was privileged to be one of his bodyguard also. From there, I spent about 4 months as a bodyguard to late premier, Chief Akintola. I was posted as an only one minister in Premier's office, Chief J.L. Tifashe of blessed memory now. His constituency is Akure. I was only to him. Incidentally, we were at government secretariat one day when they drafted PMF from Squadron 2 in Kenya. Police mobile force, they are not conventional police like us. They were on parade, but their mode of parade is quite different from our conventional parade, so I became inspired. Then I said, and our driver, we oddly, they begin to make jest of us, say, you police do that, normally open door. Look at superior police now, who have made them now. They have developed interest in enlisting as PMF, Police Mobile Force personnel, anytime an opportunity arose. Incidentally, I sought for transfer from Iyaganku Ibadan to Osogbo. Late 63, I was transferred. TSB transferred, TSB, and the expatriate commissioner of police was in charge of Western region then. Transferred me to Oyo-Ilesha province.
Alhaji Adegboyega Tomori has 3 wives. He married his first wife in 1964.
Information that they want to establish Squadron 4 at Ibadan in 1964. That is May 64. Then I volunteered. My DPO then pleaded I should not go and BG Fente. I said, look, I love PMF down, conventional police. That is police mobile force. Then I went and happened to be there for 2 years. 64. But before my proceeding on that course, I decided to marry. Marry my first wife in the month of May 1964.
Alhaji Adegboyega Tomori has this experience while serving in the Nigerian police force. His experience, which can be likened to that of Joseph in the Bible, is what has made him what he is today.
My IQ used to worry me. If you give me order, even though you are my superior, because of the discipline of the police, if you are not better off than I do, because I'm your subordinate, I won't obey you. Instead of allowing me to spend 1 year at Oyo, I was transferred to Ogbomoso. The same 1966. I was in Ogbomoso for a few months again before I was brought down to Osogbo. I was in Osogbo when I had an accident on motorcycle. 11th of January 1967, the first accident I had on motorcycle, one tipper collided with me. And the axiom I mentioned is that anybody who will prosper in life will suffer. But if you are resolute and push, things will work in your favor. I was a policeman, yes, people respect me because I have a little bit of intelligence. Because of a petty jealousy, enviousness. You know, when someone is intelligent, the subject of enviousness by his colleagues. I was investigating a case here in 1976 where a case of robbery was reported and referred to state CID. When I was called that they said I was releasing people who bought stolen vehicles. And I said, we don't deal with anti-vehicle theft. We deal with robbery. I said, we are formulate part of we are investigating. We got there. Eventually, we were into court. Because all the constructed allegations, the moment I asked them a few questions, the thing would break down. They went and brought criminals to come and going to testify against us in the court martial. Not knowing what God has ahead of me. Yes, it happened to Joseph. When he dreamt and told his father, the father said, quick, within you, don't allow your brethren to hear. Eventually, he was sold to slavery. From slavery, he suffered with the wife of Pharaoh, who quoted story saying he wanted to fornicate her. Look what happened to Joseph in the Bible. See my position today, I thank God. We are recommended for dismissal. We appeal and we are taken to court on concocted on 4 counts of conspiracy, demanding, receiving, and stealing. From that man, 500 naira. And he say, what we don't receive, we cannot steal it. But we are guilty of conspiracy and demanding. Demanding what? That's why I don't believe few of the trials in this country are against God injunctions. There is no judgment that they will not influence. They influence judgment. Human being be what we are. They confirmed that our sentence. We are sentenced, confirmed 2 years at Agodi. I thank God we were able to face that ordeal. I did not go to special class. I was put in special class. You know, let inspector be special class. I want to face this ordeal. And let me begin to meditate and begin to tell my God, if I committed sin, please forgive me. But if it is concocted case out of sheer jealousy. You know how you'll be able to escape me when I'm out of this problem.
After being discharged from prison, he started life afresh through the help of a friend who gave him a pulse. Because of the leadership traits in him, he has been trusted with different positions of authorities. He took up the mantle of leadership of the Nigeria Union of Road Transport Workers in Osun State about 10 years ago.
Chairman from unit chairman, along that was created, I was made it a branch chairman for Londa. Later, I was elected as a state financial secretary. From there, I said yes, they wanted me to be state chairman. I'm the state chairman since year 2000. I think I've been doing what I know best to salvage the union, and I thank God that even if I don't achieve anything, besides having the secretariat to my credit, I think I've achieved peace. I'm on the Sunday state in Southwest, and where there's no peace, no progress. Even to go to the security circle, they will tell you among the union in the Southwest state, Osun is the best.
October 1, 2009, Alhaji Adegboyega Tomori celebrated his 78th birthday. The occasion was an epoch-making event as the eminent people in the society joined the family and well-wishers of Alhaji Olubodi to savor the joy of the moment with their very own. Alhaji Quadri Adegboyega Tomori is a happy polygamist. These are the comments of his wives about him.
Since 1964, as Papa said, pé Ọlọ́run ṣe. Ìgbàgbé wa dà, ìgbàgbé wa sì rọrùn, kò sí wàhálà. Ṣé wọn gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọkọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí bàbá sí mi nínú ilé.
Mr. Gbenga Olamide is the son-in-law of Alhaji Adegboyega Tomori.
I cannot really say that Alhaji Chief Olubodi is a father-in-law to me. He's more or less my father. He's one of the very rare in-laws that one can find in the recent time. He has been taking me, treating me as one of his children.
These are the comments of the children and the grandchild of Alhaji Adegboyega Tomori about the character of their father.
He's a very kind father, a loving father, a disciplinarian, and lover of his children. He has been very good to us. I'm even happy to have come to this world through him. Appreciated most in his lifestyle is that, despite the fact that he has 3 wives, hardly could you distinguish between the children of the first, the second, and the third wife. He was able to unite us, bring us together. We do things in common. We hardly fight at home. Even before I got married, he doesn't encourage that between his wife, not to talk of the children, because what he normally say was, I could remember then, was that if there isn't much peace within the wives, how would the children be behaving? How would they come together? There will be chaos and disorderliness in the home. So he doesn't encourage that at all. And one thing I will also love most in him, that I will always appreciate forever, is the education, the legacy he has given to every one of us.
He's so kind, so generous to his children. And what I so love about him is that he gives us an education, sound education. So, any else in life, education is the best. If I had to come back in life again, as a daughter to my dad, I pray to come through him.
caring father. He likes all of us. He did not like to beat any of us. If we go to his house, he will give us money, and sometimes he will play with us. He's a good father. He will never die in Jesus' name.
Having achieved all his set goals in life, Alhaji Adegboyega Tomori still has this vision.
I want twins or albino. Yes, because they are special gift. No matter if you have a head of state as one of your friends, the moment you are twins father, you say Baba Beji, I so cherish that name.
He has this piece of advice for all.
For any reasonable being, human being, acting with prudence is that God's time is the best. If you are industrious and hardworking, be prayerful. Don't be superficious. If somebody is writing messages today and you are writing machine, thank God. If you are not yet there, your time will come if you are hardworking.
I should be able to gain one or two things from the life history of Baba Olubodi. In whatever we do, we should strive to be resilient with the backing of God and the strong belief in ourselves. We will surely attain any set goal in life. That has brought us to the end of the edition of this episode of the program for this week. Next Saturday is another date. Till then, stay blessed.
Destiny can never be changed at all.